Art Solutions. Add-on Desire.
Hello viewers, good morning to everyone. Welcome to Art Solutions. This is your Balraju. Today I am here to explain very important concept from science, that is force and laws of motion. Okay, force and laws of motion. What is force and what are the laws of motion? According to Newton, for every action it requires an external force. So, what is force? When we say that force is applied, then what are the laws of motion? That all we are going to learn its application. What is inertia, what is mass, what is weight, and what are the equations related to this, and what is the principle of launching rocket into the space. That all we are going to learn in this lesson. Let us go through it. See here, force. In previous classes you have learned that a pull or a push is a force. See here in these examples, you can say that here the person, here the boy is pulling that object, whereas the another boy is pushing. Okay, see here, when this is playing, here is also hitting. Okay, and in this case pressing. Means there are different types of works we are doing, that are pulling, pushing, hitting, or dragging, okay, vibrating. So, in all the cases we are applying certain amount of force. So, then what is force? Here force can be used to change the magnitude of velocity of an object and to change the direction, and force can change the shape of the object. Means when in this case here, when force is acting on this body, this displaces. So, suppose here when you are riding the bicycle, to ride the bicycle you need to apply force on the pedal. So, then it moves. As it is moving, it is displacing, so that force is applied. Okay, we can say that force is applied. When when you take the right turn, you have to change the direction. So, there also then you have to apply force on the pedal to move leftward or rightward. So, there also you have to apply the force. Okay. So, here force is responsible in displacing the object, or in changing the direction of the object, or in changing the shape of the object. If you crush the water bottle, then its shape changes. Okay. So, here that maida also, when you move with roller, it shapes round. Okay. So, here the shape of, means here force can be used to change the shape, to change the direction of the object, and to change the velocity of the object, change the position of the object. So, in all the cases we can say that force is used. So, the force can be used to change the magnitude of the velocity, to change the direction of the body, and to force can change the shape and size also. Okay. Even you can change the shape, and even you can change the size of the body also by applying force. You can see these are the changes you can see when you apply the force on an object. So, when you are applying force on the object, those forces are balanced or they are not balanced. When we say that balanced force is they applied or balanced force is not applied, in that tug of war both the persons here, these three persons are pulling one direction, these three are pulling another direction, but both are using same amount, 300 newtons of force and 300 newtons of force. So here it is balanced, so that it is called balanced force. But whereas in this second case, these three persons applying 400 newtons of force, but these three persons only 300 newtons of force. So it is pulled towards these three persons. So here it is unbalanced force is said to be applied. So here an object moves with a uniform velocity. When the force acting on the object are balanced, then there is no net external force on it in the case of balanced force. And if an unbalanced force is applied on the body, then there will be a change in either in its speed or in the direction of its motion. Okay. So here in this case, in this direction those people will come and fall down. Okay. So here this is called unbalanced force, but here it is called balanced force. There is no external force on it. So here to know the laws of motion, here one scientist is responsible to know the laws of motion. He is nothing but Newton. When he is sitting beneath a apple tree and he is reading at that time, some apples falls on his book. Then he observed that why those apples are falling towards the falling down, why they can't move up. With this small concept, he introduced laws of motion, because here for every action there force must be necessary. Okay. When force, if there is no force acting on the body, then the body is at rest or in the motion. Means here if a body is at rest, it continues, means every body continues in its same position. If it is initially at rest, it continues to be rest. If it is moving, it continues to be moving. And also he says that by applying force we can change the velocity of the body. And here for every action there is an opposite and equal reaction. So these all concluded, and he gave us with three laws of motion. They are first law of motion, second law of motion and third law of motion with his observations. And he is the best scientist in physics. He studied in all the areas, and he gave very useful information in physics. So let us know what are the laws of motion, Newton's laws of motion. First law of motion. According to this law, every body continues in a state of rest or uniform motion unless acted upon an external force on it. If there is no external force, the body remains in its position only. So there are two types of positions. One is state of rest and state of motion. According to first law of motion, if the body is at the state of rest, it continues to be state of rest, or if it is in the state of motion, it continues to be in the state of motion unless there is no external force acting on it. Means to change the state of rest to state of motion, you have to apply certain amount of external force. Simply, one simple example we can experience this. Suppose a car is moving To stop the car, you have to apply force on the brakes. So, then only the car comes to rest. A car is at rest. To make the car to move, you have to apply force on that. So that then only the car moves. So, every body continues in its state of rest or uniform motion unless acted an external force. If there is no external force acting on the body continues to be at rest or uniform motion, means it continues to be in its initial position only. To change the position of the body, what you have to do? You have to apply an external force. Okay. So, this is called first law of motion, Newton's first law of motion. Newton's first law of motion describes one of the quality of the nature of the object, that is inertia. Okay, that we are going to learn now. Inertia can be defined with the help of mass of the object. So, the resistance offered by an object to change the state of motion. If it is at rest, tends to remain at rest. If it is moving, tend to keep moving. So, mass is the amount of matter contained in it. So, greater mass, greater inertia, lesser mass, lesser inertia. So, here everybody, suppose here inertia of motion I will tell you. A moving, you are standing in a moving vehicle. If the driver brakes suddenly, you fall forward, you fall like this forward due to inertia of motion, because your body adjusted to be in the motion. So, when the brakes applied suddenly, you move forward. So, due to inertia of motion. Suppose you are sitting in a bus which is at rest. If the driver starts the bus suddenly, you fall backward, because you are initially at rest. When the bus starts suddenly, you due to inertia of rest, you fall backward. So, and suppose here when the bus is taking left turn, or you are riding the bicycle, you are taking the left turn, your whole body moves leftward. When you are taking the right turn, your whole body moves direct turn, that are rightward. That all are comes under inertia. So, see here, means here every body has a tendency to continue in its state of rest or uniform motion. If it is at rest, it has a tendency to continue in its state of rest, and if it is moving, it has a tendency to continue in its state of motion. Such tendency of that matter object is called inertia. It is depending on its mass. If it has greater mass, it has greater inertia. It has lesser mass, lesser inertia. In such a way, we can define inertia. So, here Newton's first law gives inertia. The next one is second law. So, according to second law, the rate of change of momentum of an object is proportional to the applied unbalanced force in the direction of force. It means here the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to applied force, external force. Means here if you apply force on an object then there is a change in its momentum. What is momentum? Product of mass and velocity is called its momentum. Every moving object has a momentum. Suppose here an object of mass m is having initial velocity u meters per second. When you apply force of F newtons on this body, then it moves at a distance s meters or kilometers, and it reaches a certain distance, and now its velocity is v meters per second. Okay. So, what is the initial momentum? Initial momentum of the body is mass into velocity. What is the final momentum? That is mv. What is the change in momentum? Change in momentum, mv minus mu. Then what is the rate of change in momentum? Rate of change in momentum is mv minus mu by t, because it covers the displacement in t seconds. So that is, if you take m as common, then v minus u by t. So m into v minus 2 u by t is nothing but acceleration. So f is, this is directly proportional, rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to its applied force. So f is directly proportional to ma. So this is called, f is equal to some constant k into ma. So here we can define here from this equation. So f is equal to 1 unit, then f is equal to ma, k is equal to 1 unit means. So what is the unit to measure force? Mass is measured in kilograms and acceleration is meter per second square. Kg meter per second square is nothing but Newton. Newton is the, as Newton introduced these laws of motion, so that by honoring him, force units are newtons. So here force is equal to, f is equal to ma. The equation for force is f is equal to ma, its units are kg meter per second square or newtons. Okay. So here the rate of change in momentum is directly proportional to its applied force. So here we can derive those second law of motion. So when a body is moving with an initial momentum, moving body of mass m and moving with initial velocity, and when the force is acting on the body, then after t seconds it attains v meters per second, then initial momentum is mu and final momentum is mv, and change in momentum is m into v minus u, and rate of change in momentum is m into v minus u by t. So that is equal to, here we know that v minus u by t is rate of change in velocity is known as acceleration. So f is equal to ma. Okay. So it is denoted with the symbol n, force. So the second law of motion gives, what is the Newton's second law of motion? The rate of change in momentum is directly proportional to applied force. Okay. So here Newton's second law gives force definition as well as momentum. Okay. Now let us discuss third law of motion. What is the third law of motion? For every action, if you hit a ball towards the wall, it will come back. Means throwing ball towards the wall is action. The coming back from the wall is reaction. So for every action there is an opposite and equal reaction. Okay, this is called Newton's third law. Based on Newton's third law, we can derive law of conservation of motion. Okay, law of conservation of motion. So here with this if you take two spring balances, suppose if you pull this with the certain amount of force 2 newtons, then here also you will see that 2 newtons, means here if it is moving up to 2 centimeters, it also moves here 2 centimeters, means for every action there is an opposite and equal reaction. Okay. So what are the applications of Newton's third law? Here when a gun is fired, what happens? It exerts a forward force on the bullet. So the bullet exerts an equal and opposite force on the gun. Since the gun has much greater mass, than the bullet. So the acceleration of the gun is much less than the acceleration of the bullet. So here this is the recoil, this is called recoiling. Okay. So when the bullet is fired, then the bullet moves forward. Due to recoil, he experiences a reverse force, that is called reaction. Okay. Moving forward, the bullet forward motion is action, the recoil is reaction. And here see, when a sailor jumps out rowing boat, as the sailor jumps forward, the force on the body moves it backward. So he moving forward is action and the boat moving backward is reaction. So here rocket also launches with the same principle. Okay, rocket is also working with the same principle, as it contains two chambers, one is fuel chamber and the other is oxygen chamber, and when oxygen is applied to fuel, it burns. When it burns, it releases huge amount of fumes. Okay, coming out of fumes is action, and with that reaction, that rocket goes upward, that is reaction. So here, whereas the fumes are coming with high speed, smoke is coming out from the fuel chamber with high speed, so that rocket goes up with high speed. So that is action and it is reaction. So rocket is also works with the principle of Newton third law. So here rocket is used to launch the satellite in the space, that is in a certain orbit. So here rocket works on the principle of Newton third law. So here, according to this, in this class, what we have learned, what is force and what are the laws of motion. Force is applied on a body. So when a body is when force is acting on the body must be displaced, or its direction must be changed, or its size or shape must be changed. So according to Newton assumption, he says that for every action there is an opposite and equal reaction. The rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to applied force, and every body continues in its state of rest or uniform motion unless acted upon an external force acting on it. Okay. Inertia of direction, inertia of motion and inertia of rest also we have discussed. That's all for today's session. Thank you.
Add-on solutions. Add-on desires.